Question 51 people, 51 to 55 we are doing, no? Okay. Sonal went to jewelry shop and asked the sales girl to show her diamond bangles with the ruby stones. The jeweler told her that we have a lot of designs of diamond bangles, but with red stones, if she chooses for herself any special design of diamond bangle with red stones, they will replace red stones with ruby stones. But for the ruby stones, they will charge an extra cost. Sonal selected a beautiful set of designer bangles and paid for them. She also paid the extra cost for ruby stones. Understood till now what is happening? She wanted ruby stones, but in the shop there is nothing with ruby stones. So she asked the shop, if you guys can give me ruby, I'll take it. They said, okay, you choose it. You will replace the red stones with ruby stones. Yes, Sam. The jeweler requested her to come back a week later for the delivery of those bangles. He is your younger brother, he is elder brother. For sharp 4:20 will come. 4:20, correct? See? The year means you should come at 4:10. Da. When she came after a week to take delivery of bangles, she noticed that due to ruby stones, the design of the bangles had been completely disturbed. Now she wants to terminate the contract and thus ask the manager to give her money back. But he denied the same. Answer the following questions as per Sale of Goods Act. And one more question the students will generally have is, sir, what if this is not mentioned? I always tell you people, whoever is the paper setter, they are always on your side. So they will definitely mention which act it is. If this is not mentioned, no, trust me, the first question that will start is whether it is Indian Contract Act or Sale of Goods Act. To figure that only we will take time. So remember, the examiner, that is the paper setter, is always on the student side. He will help you. He or she, sorry. Yes, sir. Which act will always be there? All the questions, Indian partnership, in the last 25 attempts they are mentioning. I'm sure in your attempt also they are mentioned. Yes. If not means a little, the question should be little difficult, that's all. It'll take little time. But 99% they will mention. Okay. State with reasons whether Sonal can recover the amount from jeweler. What would be your answer if the jeweler says that he can change the design but he will charge extra cost for the same? State with reasons whether Sonal can recover the amount from the jeweler. Can she recover? That means what? She has paid advance money, right? Now the entire design itself is changed. Can she recover the money? Is it possible? What did you guys write? She can recover. Now the main thing comes down to is provision. What is a provision? Sale by description. Okay. But where is description here?
So they told that it will be after exact same design by replacing.
No, they said it is a diamond bangle. Now they replaced with ruby bangles. Technically, if you see, they got ruby bangles only, but the shape is not there.
Did he specify the design which she wanted?
See, what are they telling you? The design is disturbed. That means what? It is not completely proper. So how is that description?
Sir, no sir, she selected the design which she wanted.
No. What you are saying is correct. But provision?
Conditions in which sale has happened through description, the seller must be.
You are again saying description only. No, description no. Sample olla. Sample means what? I've showed you something and the bulk should always be the replica of what I've showed. So that will become sale by sample. That means I should have showed you a picture. And what I've given it should be that. Here I've showed you the actual model only. But we have removed the stones and we have put back something else. That is the thing they are telling. Quality or fitness? Also no. Merchantability? Also no. See, if you ask me in a way, people, if you ask me, merchantability to an extent fits the answer. Point 1. Merchantability fits. Next thing, people, another set of students also feel that, sir, this can be a question of goods to be put into deliverable state. That means the product still something is to be done. If it is not done properly, then the ownership does not pass. Correct? When will the ownership pass? Only when the goods are in deliverable state. That is one more school of thought. People will think that is also the answer. The third thing, people, the right thing that as given by the institute is, this is they are asking what type of contract is this? Is it a contract of sale or is it a contract of agreement to sell? It's a agreement to sell. It's not a contract of sale. That means what? Ownership is not passed immediately. It's an agreement. Even though I've paid the money, ownership is not passed, because ownership will pass only after you give me the product you have properly promised. You have not given me that product. So as the condition is not met, in agreement to sell, what is happening? It is a condition. The condition is I will buy the ruby bangles. Now the condition is not met by the seller. And hence, because it is an agreement to sell, it's not a sale. Ownership is not yet passed. Now because of that, she has every right to deny the contract, because the ownership is not yet passed. The risk is still on the seller only. Now on these grounds, I can take back my money allowed. So the contract what they're answering on, the provision what they're answering on is contract of sale, agreement to sell. They're saying it is an agreement to sell and not contract of sale. Hence the ownership is not yet passed. I get in the point. Because the ownership is not yet passed, the risk is on the seller. That is the answer.
It is not sale by description.
Sale by description, though, definitely no. I would have given merchantability here and there, yes. Second thing is goods to be put into deliverable state. So this is also one more thing I will say. Okay, you guys are somewhere nearby. Description, no. 100% no. Because there is defect. I have end of the day given you ruby bangle only, no. But the shape is little changed. So merchantability, yes, it may come. But they have given it as an agreement to sell. Yes, that's why I say, even if you guys have written these two, I would somewhere feel it is still okay only. But yes, institute has given a different answer. Yes, next one is people. What would be your answer if the jeweler says that he can change the design, but he will charge extra cost for the same? Can he charge extra? So people, he can give the same design, but remember, he cannot charge the extra cost for the same. It is on him. It is not my mistake. The ownership is also with him, and the defect has to be fixed by him only, not by me. So him charging extra for it is not fair. That's the answer. Understood? Yes, sir. Provision, this is what is important. Transfer of property happens on a future date. That is, ownership is transferred in the future date. And the ownership only transfers upon fulfillment of condition. What is the condition? The ruby bangles has to be properly designed. That is the condition. So until the condition is met, the ownership will not pass. That's the first answer. Second one is jewelers offers to bring the bangles to the original position by repairing. He cannot charge extra cost to Sonal. Simple? Yes? Understood or illa? Description we saw, no, like previous yesterday's and all the class test, fresh sweets, and I don't know, two scenarios we had seen. Description is that whenever you're premium silk cloth, that is also description. What is that? Fresh sweets, that was also description. So you're describing. Fresh is the description. Now imagine I said fresh, but I gave you stale. That's why description came. Here I said ruby, I'm giving you ruby only. So that's why description is not coming. Agreed? Okay, next one. Samar was in search of second-hand car. For this purpose, he approached Carwala 007, a dealer in pre-owned cars. The sales manager of Carwala showed him 3 cars which were standing in the parking lane just outside the office. Samar finalized red Wagoner car. After completing the documenting formalities and receiving the price of the car, the sales manager of the car handed over the keys of car to Samar. But when Samar was coming to the parking area for picking the car, the electric pole fell on the car, which badly damaged the car. Samar claimed that repair expenses of the car should be borne by Carwala 007, as car was not delivered to him. Referring to the provisions of Sale of Goods Act, state who will be liable to get the car repaired. Samar? Why? Symbolic delivery. Very good. Key is, you guys will be writing as this amounts to a symbolic delivery, transfer of one thing in token of transfer of something else. So the handover of keys here amounts to handover of delivery of the car. So the ownership for the car has been transferred to Samar, and Samar will bear the risk. Yes, they is similar to our Nexa showroom, the cylinder blaster. That is what I told you. Real life it is different. But that is what happened there. If you remember, one thing came and fell on the car, which was already registered. Hello? Huh? Case law? The Nexa showroom. Hey, that is here, near our.
Sir, can you also mention that for specific goods, the delivery takes place at the time of contract?
For specific goods, the delivery. No, that was ownership only, right? Here they are clearly telling you. So, okay. Now, let us. Yes, okay. Kiran has a good question. Sir, why can't we take it as when does the ownership pass? Depends upon types of goods. Car was there only. So, existing goods. Identified. So, it becomes specific goods. So, why can't I take it as specific goods and why can't I answer as per specific goods? Remember, here Samar is telling the car was not delivered to him at all. That is what is the thing. Hint by the examiner. Now you need to tell no, car was delivered to you. Now only place where I can see transfer of ownership does not talk about delivery at all. So in transfer of ownership we saw the goods can still be with me, but the ownership is transferred. There we do not speak about delivery.
Instead of delivery, he is arguing that I can't bear the loss. That car wala has to bear the loss.
If he says, let us imagine, this point is not given at all. If he says, you are the owner, I am not the owner. You are free to write risked prima facie transfers with ownership in the case of existing specific goods which are identified, passes whenever the contract of sale is made. That time you can write. That's why I always say people read the question. Question is the hint. If you actually read the question now, you see 100, 150 questions, I'm telling you, you will become an expert in identifying the provision. Like this, you can pick up the provision. But you need to read the question carefully. Clear? Okay. Okay. Next one. Good question.
This question. Yes.
PTC hotels in Bombay decided to sell their furniture by auction sale. First time ever an auction sale. Lot of points were touched. This is the first question. I am saying in multiple attempts. For this purpose, they appointed RN and Associates as auctioneers. RN and Associates as auctioneer means the people who come and hit that hammer and they make the sale. They invited top 10 renowned architects in Bombay for bidding. A right to bid was notified by them. Furniture was put up in lots for sale. It was decided that for every lot of furniture, there will be a reserve price, base price. On 25th Feb 2024, the auction sale was started. For a special lot of furniture, 3 parties came for bidding. Mr. Neil, Mr. Raj, Mr. Dev, on behalf of their respective companies. Bidding was as follows. Neil said 5.7, Raj 4.85, Dev said 6.10 lakh. The sale was completed in favor of Mr. Neil by RN Associates by fall of hammer. Mr. Dev's bid was rejected on the grounds that the right to bid was reserved and the company of Mr. Dev was not invited to the bid. For another bid of Italian furniture was made by 2 parties as follows. Mr. Deer 15 lakh, Mr. Madhu on behalf of RN and Associates, 15.2 lakh was completed in favor of Dheer instead of Mr. Madhu. Mr. Dev and Mr. Madhu argued that auction sale was not lawful. Give your opinion with reference to the provision of Sale of Goods Act, whether auction sale will be considered lawful or not. What happened, people? There is an auction conducted. In the first auction, 3 people participated. Neil, Raj, Dev. Neil said 5.7, Raj said 4.85, Dev said 6.10. Who gave the highest? Dev. But whom did they sell it to? They sold it to Neil. Now, first of all, is that valid? Is it valid? Highest bid you should give. What have you guys written? What was your answer?
So it is unlawful.
You wrote it as unlawful. Why?
So because only top 10 renowned architects have been invited for the Bombay bidding auction. But they did not. None of the company have been reserved the right to bid. They have been mentioned over there. A right to bid was not notified by them.
Where?
So in the third line.
A right to bid was not notified by them. They invited top 10 renowned architects in Bombay for bidding. A right to bid was not notified by them. Furniture was put in up. Okay, that is what you wrote. Okay, understood.
Not notified by them. So it is not mentioned that only the top 10 has to be participated. So it is in general. Mr. Dev's company has a option to participate, and he is the highest bidder. So it can be sold to him unlawfully. It has been sold to Mr. Neil by the contract, which has been told that only the top 10 known architects have to be participated in this auction. So only because of the
Okay, you are saying the first one was unlawful or lawful?
unlawful.
Unlawful. Second one was?
Because it is by the seller's agent, which is not to inflate the price, only to tell the.
Okay, you are saying first one was unlawful, second one was lawful. That is what all of you wrote? What did you write? Same? Same? Arna, you wrote all same? What did you write? Second one was unlawful. First one is? Both were unlawful. Okay. Now people, now try to understand what is that they are telling. What did you write, Shravya? You did this you didn't attempt or? Okay. Now sir, Ramana? First one, what did you write? Unlawful. Okay. Now people, try to understand what they are telling you is, they appointed RN Associates as auctioneers. They have invited top 10 renowned architects in Bombay for bidding. A right to bid was not notified by them. Here means people nothing but the seller is there. No. The seller has not informed the auction. Neither the auctioneer has informed the auction that someone from us will come and participate in the auction. We have not intimated. That means what? We have not reserved the right to bid. That's the meaning of a right to bid was not notified by them. Meaning, we have not reserved the right to bid. That means we cannot participate.
From the seller.
Seller or auctioneer. Whoever is selling. What did we write? Seller or any other person acting in such behalf. If they want to participate in the auction, you are supposed to notify the right to bid. They have not notified. That is what they are telling you.
So then the second one is unlawful.
Now try to see. Okay. Now furniture was put in lots. Now in this case, what happened? Neil, Raj, Dev. Dev did the highest bid, correct. But what did they give? See, they have only given in the answer. I mean, they have only given in the question. Mr. Dev bid was rejected. Why? On the ground that the right to bid was reserved and the company of Mr. Dev was not invited to the bid at all. Yesterday I told you, what do I mean by that right to be bid may be reserved or it can be notified. That means I can tell, yesterday I told you government tenders and all I told you, right? I will say that you should be at least 10 years experienced because we do not trust as government. Government tenders do that. So when I have invited here top 10 people, some other person also has come and participated in the bid. He did not get an invitation at all. So by default, we will reject his bid because that is the meaning of notified or identified or invited. That's why they have given it here. Where is that? 10, top 10 companies somewhere they would have given. They invited top 10 renowned architects in Bombay for bidding. So it means what? Only they should come. Someone else is coming means you are not allowed. So on those grounds, I am telling you, the first sale is lawful. Second one is, in second one, what happened? For another bit of Italian, I made two parties as follows: Dheer and Mr. Madhu on behalf of RNS Associates. Sale was completed in favor of Dheer instead of Madhu. So there are two people, Dheer and Madhu. Madhu is representing RNS Associates. Have they reserved right to bid? A right to bid was not notified by them. Hello? That means can they participate? No. So people, Madhu cannot participate at all. So now two people participated in the bid. One is Dheer and one is Madhu. Madhu's bid is invalid. So whom did they give that furniture to? Dev. So is it lawful? It is lawful. Understood? You said unlawful. Lawful. Both are lawful. So the auction was lawful. Understood? That's why I am saying first time they have given this entire provision connecting all the points. No. You can just write 3 points. One. See, one is right to bid is reserved. Right to bid may be notified. And what is the other one? Completion also no. Pretended bidding is not allowed. On that ground, I cannot give it to Mr. Dheer. So these 2 points, section 64, and I will write 2-3 points as provision, more than sufficient. If they are giving this question, it will be at least for 5 marks or 6 marks. Is this clear? 5 marks they will give. I know. But remember, okay, next one. A government department conducted an auction of used vehicles. Mr. Suresh bid for a truck at 5 lakh rupees. Before the auctioneer's hammer fell, Suresh tried to withdraw his bid, but the auctioneer refused. Later, the auctioneer also bid through his agent without prior notice to the bidders. Another bidder, Mr. Akash, complained that the auction was not fairly conducted. Decide with reference to the Sale of Goods Act. Again, 2 things are there here. First one is, can he withdraw the bid? He can.
Before the hammer falls, he can withdraw. And then the prior information.
You should have notified. So always remember, people, fall of hammer, that is the completion. Before that, people, I am free to withdraw. When will the offer get accepted? Whenever there is a 3 times of hammer fell, that is when offer and acceptance meet. Before that, can I withdraw? Yes, I can withdraw. Why can't I withdraw? So it is possible. So that is unlawful. Next one is, what is that? Someone has participated on behalf of the auctioneer or the seller, and it is not intimated. Prior intimation is not given. That is unlawful. Whenever it is unlawful, people, you can consider it as voidable. That has to be written.
So that is fraud.
Fraud. Voidable. Answer is you should say it is voidable. Correct? Those are the keywords. That 2 has to be there. Clear? Okay, next one. Mr. Varun, a laptop distributor, delivered 20 laptops to his friend, Mr. Mohit, on the condition of sale on approval or return within 10 days. Rohit neither returned the laptops within the stipulated period nor informed Varun of any rejection. Instead, he kept the laptops in his office showroom and sold 5 of them to Mr. Anuj, claiming to be absolute owner. Anuj purchased the laptop in good faith, paid full consideration, and even issued a receipt for it. After 15 days, Varun demanded the return of all the laptops, including those sold to Anuj. Rohit refused, arguing that he had acted as the owner. Anuj also defended himself, claiming that he was a bona fide purchaser for the value. Varun, however, relied on the principle that no one can transfer a better title than he himself has. Decide under the Sale of Goods Act whether Anuj has acquired a valid title and whether Varun can recover the goods.
So Anuj has acquired a valid title.
So Varun has given to Rohit, Rohit has given to Anuj.
So now in this case, Varun have given the 20 laptops to Rohit. In case if you want to return it within 10 days, or any approval or rejection should be conveyed by the Rohit to Varun. There is no any return of goods for the 10 days, and there is no any approval or rejection given by the Rohit to Varun. So according to sale or return basis, the sale is completed. Once this been transferred to Rohit, because the stipulated period has been over and he kept the good with him and he acted upon the sale equivalent to the sale. That is, he gave the goods to another, or in possession of the equivalent to sale. So the ownership is given to Rohit. So Varun is not liable to recover any product from the Rohit, and Anuj has a title acquired.
Okay, good. Two provisions that you guys need to write here is, one is from his point of view, one is from his point of view. One, whether Rohit got the title or not. In sale or return basis, when is the acceptance complete? Three things has to happen. One, I should have communicated my acceptance. Second thing is I should have kept the product beyond the return period. Third thing is I do something equivalent to an acceptance. Here they have clearly given people that he has kept the product beyond the stipulated period. That means 10 days, I have kept it for 15 days. That means that is one way of acceptance. Second one, people, I do something equivalent to an acceptance. You gave it to me. I can only sell it if I think it is mine. So in both the grounds, people, I have communicated my acceptance. So no, Varun cannot recover the laptops. This on sale or return basis, the acceptance has been communicated and hence the ownership has been delivered. Now this is from Varun to Rohit's point of view. Answer number one. Now answer number two, from Rohit to Anuj. Now this is where most of the people wouldn't have answered. You will write sale or return and you will leave it. The next thing you guys need to write is, what is the question they have clearly asked you? There is a principle it seems which says, see again I am saying you, the examiner helped you. There is a principle which says no one can transfer a better title than he has. That means what? They are asking you, nemo dat quad non habet ka exception. Sale by a owner in possession before getting the property. You would have written CA, sale by a owner getting possession before getting the property. There you would have written in the brackets, sale or return basis. So on that ground, people, Anuj got a good title. So you need to write both. Understood? Yes, you need to write that as well as this. If you write both, you will get marks. If not, no. Clear all of you? Got it? See, are you getting what do we miss? Yes. So we need to read the question properly and we need to write whatever completely is required. We would have written one part. We wouldn't write the second part. Now are you getting? In exam, this is what happens. We would have written half and half. We would have thought, sir, I have answered no, sir, sale or return basis. But why did they not give mark? That's why whenever students say, sir, I did not get, they did not do valuation properly, I'll say, you get your papers. Today only I'm telling you, for all of you, if you think after something and all, after exams and all, if you think somewhere you got marks less than what you anticipated, you meet me with your paper only. There will be, now if it's a 5 mark, they will definitely cut 2 marks or 2.5 marks because it is not complete. So you might get 2 marks. So 2 or max to max. If everything else is good, then 3. So you can imagine for every 5 mark question, if you're losing 2 or 3, you would have lost around 45-50 marks there. That's where, you know, that it will dip. Clear all of you? Yes? Okay.